Man, this is so sick, but I want to hear like some sort of lead or something, you know? Or like a clean or something, some sort of lead thing. What is going on, homies? Welcome to episode 2 of Make Songs Fast. How did that sound? Does it sound okay? There's also Quick But Sick. I don't know. We've been thinking about it since the first episode. So let me know what you think about those names. But today, figured we would try and start with like, I don't know, just messing around with these little pads that I have. I felt like this was more of like a shoegazy type of jam here. So let's take a look and I'll show you what little we have and how we can form it into a riff or maybe even a whole song, you know? So sick, man. They're so good. Just a nice layer, you know? That's all I wanted it for, was a layer. So since I decided that this is going to be some sort of like shoegazy type of thing, more like loath, I like to call it loath gazy because it's still going to be heavy, you know? I can't really get heaviness out of my songwriting. Anyways, so I figured what we can do is we can actually go through the Sean Radcliffe Get Good Drums pack because there's so much good stuff in there to get you going right away, you know? I always say that if you are struggling to write, or if you're having writer's block, or you just want to get something going fast, grooves are an amazing way to get you going quick. So I figured we can look into this shoegaze one and see what's in here. I like this one a lot. I like this one a lot. So you can see, I'm noticing that this is in like a different timing. So what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to grab this, just my drums. I'm going to grab this and just do this and see what happens. Dude, we're right there. We are so close. I feel like we're close enough to where I can join these together. I'm going to join these together by doing Control J. And then we're going to try to match, we're going to tighten up this drum groove here to fit with what's going on with this here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab, I want to see both of these at the same time within my MIDI editor. And so the cool thing about Ableton is you can actually click, hold Control, click on this one, come down here with this up arrow. Now we're able to see both. Let me turn off this highlight scale. Now we're able to see both. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab this kick and bring this over like this. And then replaying until you get it right, you know? Okay, so we have our drum groove. We have a cool little bass idea. However, I feel like I still want to put this on the bass. So I'm going to grab it and put it here, but I'm going to mute this for now. It's already sick. Okay, that's awesome. So I'm going to immediately put this on my guitars. And I know that I'm going to bring these an octave lower. Again, speaking about the loath stuff, they're drop E. You know, they're like double drop E, I think it is, or something. And so we need to take this. It's an E1. We want to be on E0. So I'll take both of I'll take this one and drag it down. Now I'm going to change the colors right away. Man, this is so sick, but I want to hear like some sort of lead or something, you know? Or like a clean or something, some sort of lead thing. So I'm going to come in here on my clean guitar, which I'm using Axer guitar for both the rhythm and the cleans. And let's just see if we can find some notes here. So I'm thinking something really simple, you know, just to carry out. Again, since this is kind of shoegazy, we don't want to get too crazy. I don't want to get too crazy. I just want it to carry out and be a nice, just little, almost like another synth, you know? Yes, please. Okay, sick. I think I'm going to keep this going, and when I feel like it wants to change or it needs to change, then I'll change it. Here. Dun, 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 dun. What is that note there? Man, I love it when things just kind of fall in place, dude. This doesn't happen every time, trust me. But man, when it does, I'm grateful. I'm grateful. And sometimes for me, I used to be like, I used to get afraid, like I don't want to screw it up. Like if whatever I make next, what happens if I screw it up? But you won't know until you try it, you know what I mean? So just try the things. So since we have our little riff here, which is sick, I'm gonna start to thinking about arrangement already. So let's start with this. Then maybe what we can do, since we have this riff here, this doesn't have to stay here for this intro, right? Sweet, okay, interesting. I'm almost thinking that we try to, we won't worry about it right now. I'm already thinking about a little effects to add. We could do that here in a second, but let's try to get this going here. Another thing, we have this. So I'm hearing some sort of like noise that we can put in there just for this beginning. I wonder if Ableton has anything. I don't know. FM half step clang inside Ableton Live. Since I kind of want it in the background, I use Valhalla Shimmer as much as I can. It's like, okay. Either way, I think it's okay because I love this. Here's my settings. I like reverb mode, big stereo, pitch mode, dual, color mode, dark. Wow. Okay. We can immediately start to think about a verse here. You're already seeing it. Like we can add an intro here and then chorus / intro. Man, let's start to think about a verse. Now we can explore what else Sean has. I feel like this, like groove 5 or groove 4, one of these will be, I think, good enough. So I think what I'm going to do is I might just keep this same thing going, but then still keep that same note there. But what else I'm going to do is I'm going to bring velocities down of this. Let me turn on this so I can hear it. Yes. We can quickly try to see if there's some sort of fill that we can steal from one of these other parts. I also have a fill pack that maybe we can check out. I think that one might work, fill 4. So let me grab this and put this on the first one here. There still might be a little too much, however, I feel like we can massage that in. Okay, so I'm going to grab this. I like that. I like that. And you know what? What I'm going to probably do is I'm going to take this. I feel like this needs to be a little bit more here. So maybe what we can do is we can grab that like laid back from the Sean Radcliffe stuff here. Okay, so we need to add a little bit more here. You know, we can probably let's just program something here. Yep, sweet. Now, since we have that verse done, and again, with the shoegaze stuff, we can keep it simple here. Grab all this, Control C, slide this over, Control V. Look at this. We already have like a lot going here. This is awesome. Okay, so I'm gonna grab this and pull it over, and we might need to automate it down in terms of volume, but just to add some layers here. Now, there's this soundscape that I was messing with before the video, and I didn't end up using it. However, we might still be able to use this. Yeah, I mean, if we really wanted to, on the second one here, we can start to mess with some clean guitars again. Might as well. Let me make sure I get this timing right. Yep, so I'm just going to grab these two, bring them over. Every once in a while, I'll change this note maybe. Yeah, again, simple, simple, simple. Let's keep it simple. I think there's an art form in keeping things simple that I am trying to re-grasp, because a lot of times for me it was just keeping it simple. You know, it was easy for me to do. However, when you're writing in MIDI, it's you can go, the sky's the limit, you know? That wasn't an accident. I forgot that we kept that note there. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's sick. So you can see I added another chorus. I feel like it's where I wanted it to go. You know what I mean? We have intro, we have like the synthy intro, and then we have this, which is like the chorus, verse, and then verse with the guitar in it, and then back into chorus. Now I want to experiment with this guy. I think this intro can use some sort of cool thing happening. Okay, so there's a little trick on how I go about filtering the intro. It's kind of, I don't know if I've seen people do it. I accidentally stumbled upon it. And so I was messing around with Saturn on my main bus. And so there's something there, man. The cool thing is like you can move this around to where you like it. I think that's good enough. Again, I don't want to overthink it. Now we need to automate that. So I feel like the easiest way to automate this is to literally just turn off the device when we don't need it anymore. So with automation engaged, which is just A, I'm going to click here so you can see on my main, it's moving when I do that. So I literally wanted to do that, right? So I want it to be on until here. I'm going to have it turn off. However, you have to kind of lead it in a little bit. So I'm going to do something like that. Let's see what that gives us. Alright homies, that's all for this episode. However, that's not all for this song. I plan on probably working on this more on stream. So I stream on Twitch every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday at around 3 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. So you're more than welcome to join. We would love to have you, us and the homies that hang out regularly. But dudes, this came out way better than I thought. Again, I think the key takeaways here is just keep it simple and keep it moving, right? Just keep going. You could always go back and fine tune later, but getting parts down so you can get a nice structure going, dudes. Ever since I started doing that, songs have been just pumping out, you know? But again, thank you guys for joining me for this episode of either Quick But Sick or Make Songs Fast. Let me know. Let me know in the comments. Subscribe, like, do all those things. Yeah, I appreciate you guys so much, and we will definitely see you next time. Make sure that you follow the Instagram. That's my usual hangout spot. And so if you want to get a hold of me, or you know, if you want to see what I've been posting, then I'm usually hanging out there. But again, I appreciate you guys so much, and we will see you next time. Have a good one.